good afternoon. Welcome to Life Coaching Access, your daily access with professional certified life coaches brought to you by Life Coach Philippines. Life Coach Philippines is our community of professional life coaches um, certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, a bona fide institute for mental health that is based in Dallas, Texas, USA. And Life Coaching Access is our service to the community, and we aim to help individuals experience the process of transformation through the platform of life coaching. And if you want to know more about our international coaching classes and services, please connect with Coach Rizel at 0917-586-1661 for assistance. So we do have an upcoming certification for mental health. So if you are interested to join us and be part of the pilot run for the certification of for mental health, so please connect with Coach Rizel. And today, so again, I am Coach Maureen, and I'm going to share with you coaching culture at work, workplace transformation begins. And your access with me is every Monday, 5 to 6 p.m. So, for my segment today, I will be sharing with you understanding core motivation. So, please tag your friends in the comment below and share this in your respective timelines and FB groups so that more people will be blessed and will be transformed. So, join me today in our segment, and please do tag your friends whom you think that can benefit in this talk. All right. So I am Coach Mao. I am a professional life coach certified by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. So it is a bona fide institute for mental health based in Dallas, Texas, USA. And my focus is I help business leaders and HR practitioners to fail proof business success by creating culture of coaching in the workplace so that employees will be highly productive and engaged at work. I am also an HR professional and entrepreneur, and I'm also one of the directors of Decaf Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches. And we offer coaching services on demand 24 by 7. So tomorrow we are going to celebrate our fourth year anniversary. So please join us and drop by here at Decaf and celebrate with us as we turn 4 tomorrow. Okay, so for today, I want you to be intentional and get your hashtag Pack My Bag moment. So what is Pack My Bag moment? So these are your aha moments or moments of enlightenment that you can get here in our talk. So please use hashtag Pack My Bag moment and hashtag Life Coaching Access so that we will know where did you get your hashtag Pack My Bag moment, and share your thoughts and share it so that other people will be blessed through your posting. And let's flood the digital space with positive messages, especially during this time. Okay, all right, so I want to share with you a story. So it is a short story. So a manager, di ba? This one, the picture that I showed you, yan, sabi ni manager, you can do it. Ayan. And then the employees on the other side. So I want to share with you a story. So a manager came early into a seminar for leadership. And but most of the time, like a manager, actually not really most of the time, but really oftentimes, as a leader, always think of how to improve your employees. So this manager came in early in a leadership training, and then he approached the teachers. So he said to the teachers, sabi ng teacher sa kanya, oh, ang aga mo, di ba? So what brought you here too early? And he said to the teacher, all I want to know in this training is how to get my team improved. So how do I manage them? And sabi ng teacher, so is that all that you want to know? Sabi ni manager, yes, that's all. That's all that I came here for. But the teacher said that you can't. So na-shock yung manager. Why? What do you mean that I can't? Because one, sabi ni teacher, the teacher, the guru for that leadership training, he said that one of the first thing that we teach managers, or that they teach managers, is that managers can't really directly control their people, and motivation always comes from within your employee, not from you. So you go and take your time and spend time with yourself and enjoy your time. That's the guru said to the manager. And that's the key. That's the very key. He said that to managing the key to managing employees is, or and motivating employees, not really to manage them, but the key is to manage agreements, not people. And that's what they did in that leadership training. So as a business leader, so how many of you can relate on that? Like most of us as a leader, when we always have that heart to really see our teams improve and perform very well, and we really want to motivate them. But we often forgot that it is not the people that we manage, because we cannot, but we can help them to manage themselves and get themselves motivated. So that is what we are going to discuss this afternoon. So what is the importance, or of knowing or understanding core motivations, and how can we help our employees in having that motivation, or in motivating themselves? So three reasons why core motivation works. By the way, core motivation, the one that we will be discussing, is based on Enneagram. So that is 9 personalities according to Enneagram. So Enneagram. So that is the one that we will be discussing. So they have um, they have used it. Um, they have used it. Um, okay, so it was a research by Coach and John Andrew Williams. So they use it for the students, and we all know that when that since it the students use it, no, it can also be applied even in our lives right now. So let's say hi first to the people. Yes, hello. Thank you for joining us today, Coach Teen, Coach Sean, and Coach Nilo. Ayan, thank you for joining me today. All right, so three reasons why core motivation works. So first one is it increases self-awareness. So core motivation is a tool to cultivate healthy self-awareness and use it for personal growth and build strong relationships. So as we help our employees, and knowing the core motivation of our staff, of our employees, will also help us, so that we will know how to help them find their motivation and fight for their motivation in their work, because it creates self-awareness. And if we facilitate if we facilitate the process in helping them, for them to understand ano ba, kung nasan ba sila, ano ba yung core motivation nila right now, they will also know, okay, so this is where I am right now, and it will help them to grow and move from where they are to where you can work together as a team. And secondly is, same solution does not work for everyone. Yan. So, um, it sometimes we think that one process fits all, but we have to understand as well that every individual is unique, and every individual has unique process and unique personality. So, what works for one will not work for everyone. And that is the importance, one of the importance, that we know each and every person that we handle in our team, or each and every person that we are working with in our team. because it depends on the person. It depends on um, how you can work with them, and it depends on how they see as well the situation. Okay, and then third is motivation, like life, is a cycle. So sino na nakakita sa inyo ng motivated na person, like 100%, di ba? Highly motivated 100%. Yeah. Pag may nakita kayo doon, pakisabi sa akin because it doesn't exist. Because motivation is like a cycle. So sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down, but knowing that knowing your core motivation, understanding your motivation will help you on how you will respond better in life. And that's something where you can assist your staff as well, or when you the people that you are managing, because when you see that they have already hit the resistance side, then you can do something so that you can help them be back in the engaged side again. So each and every one of us has internal language, right? So we do have different moods, limiting beliefs, empowering beliefs, and so things that catch us off guard. Habits, we also have different habits. Some are useful, some are not. And knowing your and your employees' core motivation and understanding it will help you understand the internal conversation and primary driving force. So, as you as you interact with them, as you hear them speak, as you hear their thoughts, then you will understand where they are coming from. Then you can help them be on that path to pag nag-hit, 'di ba? Not because not every day is a high, like high ka, 'di ba? I mean high ka, parang ano lang. But I mean you are on top of your game. So when you hit a bumpy road or they hit a bumpy road, then you know where to help them and what to do so that they can bounce back again, and then they can grow in the process. So this is the motivation cycle. These are four stages. So we have first the engaged side or the engaged part. So this is when you're at your most effective, or your employees is at their most effective and actively engaged in being at their best. So they are in the highest moment, parang naka-peak, and they are very engaged in the team. So they are at their best. And ito na, yung second stage, resistance. So when something comes up, either internally, such as limiting belief, or externally, like an unwelcome interruption, stress, or anxiety, and it pulls you out being engaged. So this is where, so like, have you experienced merong new project or may papagawa kang something new to your staff, and ano naman siya, yes siya ng yes, but along the way you noticed that the engagement, and then his or her performance medyo bumagal siya, and you're asking why, parang bakit, 'di ba, parang saan galing, or ano yung nangyari. So that is the second stage, the resistance stage, because not every resistance comes externally. There are internal resistance that happen. So that's limiting beliefs, self doubts, and those stuff. So third is disconnected. So this is when you feel bad about yourself, your situation, or others. So ito na, disconnected or disconnection happens when employees feel bad about themselves, the situation, or their coworkers. So when they start feeling that they cannot do what they are asked to do, or when they feel that the task is too big and then they cannot get support from the team, so that is where they become disconnected. And fourth is, of course, after the disconnection comes the recovery. So this is when you realize that you're disconnected. So you came back to your senses, re-engage, and get back in the game. So this cycle, it can happen like in a blink of an eye, or it could be like days, weeks, or even months. So it's important that we know and we understand what's happening as well to our employees. So we know when we give support to them. Because sometimes, right, even personally, sometimes we do not know that we need help or that we are going through a cycle because we are not familiar with it, and we are sometimes you just don't know how to name it, or sometimes you just think na it's just a bad day, or sometimes you just think na it's just one of the days that you don't want to work or you don't want to move, or sometimes you feel you're hit pero you feel you feel na ano lang normal lang to, 'di ba? And you just wait for it. So as a manager or as a leader, it is also our responsibility to oversee how our employees are doing. So that is the importance of really engaging and having deep communication and deep and meaningful conversations with your team. Okay, so we will start with the 9 core motivation types. So this will be quite long. And okay, so first one is the perfectionist. So the perfectionist, or the ones, we call it ones because they are the first type of personality. So ones value principles and integrity and are driven by the motivational need to be good and right. So I will not read this because it's quite long, but they are one characteristic that they really have is they are um, they thrive in standards, principles, and structure. Yan. Because they really have that they have the motivation to be good and right. So at their best. So they are tolerant, self accepting, and serene. So offering dignity and discernment to themselves and the world around them. So at their best, it's okay, di ba? Parang, okay, they know that they don't have to be perfect, but they only need to be good. They only need to do a project good, di ba? But on the unhealthy side or less healthy types of ones, they tend to be judgmental, uncompromising, driven by a critical gaze and an acute awareness of their own imperfections and sense of not being good enough. So that's on the other side. So the self-talk of the perfectionist, or the ones, the world is imperfect and I must work towards improving it. I must be good, right and perfect, and avoid mistakes. I must distinguish between right and wrong and apply myself diligently to make the world better. So these people have like a high standard that they really want um, to achieve it. But yun yung ano niya. So these are the people who really works well with structures, principles, and standards. So the gifts of one. So these are the good, like the gifts, the good things about one. So they are very principled people. So one's value integrity and want to lead um, by example, and they stand for what is right and good, and they are objective. So ones are able to see and judge details, people and situations objectively without emotion, because they have standards, they have principles. So they look at it and they can judge things without emotion, or they can judge things very objectively. And consensus, they are reliable and responsible. One stick to their word and diligently see things through the end. And they are structured. So they enjoy opportunities to structure things and are naturally adept at organizing, prioritizing, and creating order. Because they are very organized nga, diba? And quality minded. So they have an eye for details and they will pay attention to quality standards and application of rules and procedures. So what are their blind spots? So these are the things that you might see that this is where you can support them. So ones may appear critical or impatient, even when they are trying to be constructive in interactions with others. And they may be unaware of how irritation, anger, and resentment show up in body language despite their best efforts towards controlling and repressing these emotions. So, ando naman siya sa side na they do not know how to how to manage um, their anger, their irritation, but they are trying really hard to really express it in a nice way. But they are not aware of the manifestations or other things na lumalabas pa din siya. And when feeling righteous about an issue, so one's may struggle to move from this righteous position to accepting that others may also have a valid different perspective and response. So because one's or the perfectionist or this the people who have this personality, they look on the standards. So yeah, may standards, may principles na sinusunod. So the tendency is like to overlook the point of view and the perspectives of other people. So, have you met people who are like that? So we still have 8 to go. And the second one is the helper. Okay, so the helper or the twos have motivation to be liked and appreciated. And they value relationship. So as a result, kindness, generosity, and self-sacrifice are very important to them. So they strive to make the world a more loving place, primarily by offering support and attention to those they care about. And at their best, they are unconditionally supportive. So they able to practice self-care and offer the gift of humility to themselves and the world around them. So the less healthy tools or the less healthy helpers, they may seem flattering and manipulative because they give to get, motivated by the belief that they don't deserve to be loved for who they are. So that's the less healthy tools. But on when they are at their best, so they can unconditionally give support, and because they really love to serve and share kindness to other people. So their self-talk, people depend on me for help. I must earn the love and appreciation of others by being there for them. I am only worthwhile if I am liked and needed. I deserve love because I am loved. Right. So that's number 2. So ano naman yung mga best characters or characteristics of the blues? So they are very warm. So their demonstrative and warm nature makes it easy for others to connect with. And they are generally very likable because they are very warm. So they are like go-to people. Diba? Do you know staff or employees whom you really want to just hang out it. Parang, alam mo yun, when you want to do something, you just go to them and you know, because you know that you can trust them and like open up with them. So they are the twos. And then giving. So twos are caring and have the capacity to anticipate the needs of others, generously giving of themselves to others. Selfless, again, and people-centered. So twos focus on building relationships will impact positively on their capacity to step into roles where client and people relationship matter. So relationship and people are very valuable to number twos. And sacrificing. So to support and be there for others. So um, they can leave their needs or they can set aside their own needs to support other people. And praising. So they are very generous in encouragement, encouraging words and complimenting other people. So supportive tools can make people feel very special, giving them a confidence boost. Ayan. But the blind spots are here. So they may not be aware of the subconscious or hidden intention behind their generosity. Remember the not so healthy or the less healthy tools that they give because they want to be appreciated. So yun yung blind spots doon. And they may pay attention to people and then disengage quite quickly once they lost interest in them. So pag nakuha, di ba, since wrong intention, pag di mo nakuha, they tend to disengage. So how can we relate that if that is our staff and they are on number two? So if you have staffs or people under you who are twos, they are like, ito yung mga sobrang, sige, gawin natin lahat, okay lang po pag binigay kahit ang dami na, hindi po, kaya ko pa po. But when you forget to appreciate them, then that's the time that they disengage. So you can check on that. And the twos focus on others may cause them not to be consistently tuned in to their own needs and desires. And the third one is they are very prone to burnout because we cannot give what we do not have. And if you do not fill your cup, the tendency, and then you give it like to everyone, madedeplete ka talaga. So that is number two. And then number three are the performers. Ayan. So sino naman yung mga performers? So these people are the performers value achievement and want to be the best. So as a result, efficiency, results, recognition, and image are very important to them. So kunin na natin lahat ng achievements. Ganyan. Kunin natin lahat ng achievements, ano pang pwedeng gawin, gawin natin. So that is achievements are very they are very particular with achievements. So do you see like people who have employees who are like that, na very career oriented, like they have their own career path inside, and once you don't get to meet it, dun sila nagdi-disengage. So at their best, others experience as hardworking, principled, and receptive, offering the gifts of hope and integrity to the world. And in an unhealthy state, so trees overexpress need for achievement may seem self-important and inconstant. So this stems from a sense of self-worth that is built on what they do rather than who they are. So the tendency naman on the not so healthy or the less healthy state of this personality is nag-stem out na siya na that you see your self-worth based on the achievements that you have. So pag walang achievements, parang feeling mo wala kang self-worth. So yung self-talk niya is, the world values winners. I must succeed at all costs. I must avoid failure. I am what I do. To earn my place, I must be the best on what I do. So that's what the performer, yun yung self-talk ng performer. So you might know, so you might have met people who are like this in the workplace, or you might have been working people like this in the workplace. So, ano yung gifts ng threes? Ambition. So, they are very ambitious because they really have that energy to strive, to be the best at whatever they take on, and they believe in their ability to succeed. And also, they are very efficient. Kasi nga, diba, rara yun. Kaya we have to achieve it. We have to get it. And the resourceful three knows how to do things in a way that is efficient and productive. And they are very adaptable as well. So along with willing to adapt to achieve their goals, threes are able to adjust to different situations, people, or environments skillfully. And they are very driven because they want to succeed. So they have that high energy and enthusiasm for projects. So these are the people that you know that pag binigyan mo na project, they can get it done. And results oriented. So ano yung blind spots nila? So because they are aware of their self-image, the tendency is that because they just do things and they over-identify with the public image. So the tendency is to lose their selves or themselves in the process and create confusion. Ano ba yung real self at saka ano yung roles, ano yung sino sila talaga apart from the roles that they are doing. And strong goal orientation and drive may lead others experiencing the three as impatient, rushed, and dismissive. So behaviors which will be intensified when three is dealing with people that come across as incompetent and make them look bad. So have you experienced, like, even in a team, right, that when you um or even you when you work with someone who cannot keep up with the pacing, ba? So because they are very driven, so the tendency that the other part will feel is that they are not as competent as that person was the personality of number three, or the achiever, the performer. So number four is the artist. So fours have motivational need to express their uniqueness and be authentic. So they value individualism, and as a result, feelings, self-expression, and purpose will be important to them. So they are quite romantic at heart and appreciate beauty. Yeah, the artist, diba? Like defined artist. So they appreciate beauty and create meaning for themselves and for others. So at their best, force or experience a sensitive yet content. So they offer the gift of equanimity and authenticity to themselves and the world. So they are very um, sensitive to the emotions of other people as well. So, less healthy form may feel misunderstood while others experience them as melancholic and temperamental. So, this pattern stems from the forced acute awareness of their own wounds and flaws because they are very mindful. They are very mindful of their thoughts and what's happening in their mind and in their experience. So the self-talk of number 47 is something is missing. I must find what is missing in my life. I must be true to my purpose and express my authentic self. I must create beauty and meaning for myself and for the world. So that's the artist. So, ano yung gifts ng force? So, they are self-aware. Ayan. Mataas ang self-awareness ng mga number fours. So, they are aware of their own emotions and those of others and seek to understand this emotion. So, this enable them to connect deeply because they feel the emotions of others and they are very contribution to the world. And they are inspired imaginative capacity enables for to give unique expression to what matters to them. And they are sensitive. And of course, they are courageous. So they don't shy away from suffering and the more painful aspects of the emotional world because they are very they are aware of their emotions, diba? To ask difficult. So they want to have meaningful or force want to have meaningful and deep relationships, but will often act in ways that reflect their need to feel different, special, and separate. So this may lead them to both pulling people close and pushing them away, or disappointed. So the net effect may lead to people withdrawing from them. So if they feel that they are not. So foreigners may also focus on what is missing, desiring what they don't have, and rejecting what they do have. So this is, yeah, the alternating focus reinforces their feelings of loss and emotional sensitivity. And so they may not be aware of the extent to which they self-reference in conversation. So even though the four desires to draw people close by doing so, other may experience this as self-absorbed. Kasi nga, very, ba yun yung ano nila, nararamdaman nila. So other people might see it the other way around. And this type is likely to be triggered if people don't fully complete a conversation or they were not able to connect with them. So they feel it because they are very aware and highly sensitive to the emotion. So they know when people are connecting with them as well. Okay. And the number five is the expert. So fives or the experts have the motivational need to know and understand, and they value making sense of the world around them, and as a result, objectivity and knowledge are important to them. So they strive for independence, appreciate privacy, and tend to conserve their resources to ensure future independence. So at their best, they are visionary and mindful, and they offer the gift of non-attachment to themselves and the world. So at their worst, they or people may experience them as stingy, intellectually arrogant because they are very knowledgeable and disconnected from their heart as they retreat into the mind to avoid being engulfed or intrude on because they value privacy. So the self-talk is the world is intrusive. I must protect my resources and energy so that I can think. I must be self-sufficient and not depend on others too much. I must understand and make sense of my world. I don't need much, but I need my space. Yan. So ano yung gift naman? Ano naman yung mga gift define? So first is perceptive. So they offer objective, in-depth, and insightful observations of situations and information. And curious. So they have interest and intellectual ideas. It enables to explore and build expertise in variety of fields, topics, and theories because they love knowledge, they love learning, and unsentimental. They are also self-sufficient. Self-sufficient, diba? They strive to be independent, and they value autonomy and privacy. And inventive. So their unconventional ideas and depth of knowledge enable them to be inventive, visionary, and pioneer. So these are the people that you can have like in-depth conversations. So yung blind spots naman niya is ability to detach from feelings and practice objective thinking may come at the expense of interpersonal warmth. So other people may not feel that they are not connecting because they have put a wall na um, I have to protect myself because they are intruding my privacy. Yung parang hanggang dito ka lang. Yan, ito lang yung mapapasok mo. So, they may also come across as patronizing or haughty. This may shut people down and makes it difficult for them to understand and pay attention kung ano yung sinasabi ni number five or ng experts sa kanila. And in relationships, commitment does not come easily to a five. So in committing to a relationship, it may feel as if they have to open themselves to the pain of the relationship. And diba, um, they value what you call that, they value privacy, diba? So that's where the struggle comes in or the attraction comes in. So solitude, diba, where a solitude is not painful. So this can lead to subconscious patterns of thinking in which relationships and commitments are equated with pain and struggle and cycles of wanting contact and wanting to be alone. So andun sa point na i-open ko ba yung sarili ko or ipoprotect ko yung sarili ko. So, andun sila sa point na yun. Yun yung isang blind spot mo. So, they are fiercely protective of their time and resources, and essentially, sometimes it becomes hoarding. So, people may seem, or they may look at it as prudence, but other may already see it as greed. Okay, and then number 6 is the friend. So, ano naman yung friend? So, they value security and belonging. So, this style stems out from the motivational need to be safe and prepared. So, as a result, loyalty and trust are important to number 6, to success. So, at their best, Sixes are courageous and connected to a sense of inner knowing, offering the gift of devotion because they are loyal and trust to themselves and the world around them. That is at their best. But less healthy sixes have a tendency to worry excessively, fear letting down their defenses, and maybe experience and as anxious, suspicious, or doubting. So this is their self-talk. So the world is a threatening and unsafe place. Be prepared, be loyal. People can count on me. Be careful who you trust. I must not be afraid, but I must not let my guard down. I must protect myself, but I must be loyal. So that is, they could be very loyal and they could be very trusting. But on the other end of it, so they can also have that fear that ayun, to let down their walls, and they have that fear and doubts na anytime, diba, their trust will be broken. So ano yung gifts of sixes? So devotion. So they are committed to what they value, expressing duty and care in service of people, responsibilities, and causes. So these are the people who really value trust and loyalty. So courage. They often courageously take a stand on behalf of the greater good despite concerns and risks. Kasi nga, they are loyal to the person that they are with. And preparedness. So they being alert and risk aware, sixes pay attention to what is going on in their world and act to minimize risk and threats. Trustworthiness. So they make a decision and commitment and they stick to it. They respect rules and authority. And team-oriented. So they enjoy the cooperation and collaboration of groups and thrive in a healthy team environment. But what are their blind spots? So first is their tentative and cautious approach may seem to others feel like stubbornness, pessimism, and negative behavior. But it's not that they are negative or they alam mo yun, parang nilalaban or hindi nyo tinatanggap yung side ng other person, but on that end, on that personality is really more on the andun pa siya sa point that binibuild pa yung trust. So sixes tend to worry a lot about what might happen to their ability to deal with it, which can lead to seemingly insecure. Ayan. And then third is, despite being very focused on loyalty and issues of trust, the six is naturally inclined towards skepticism and wondering whether people can be trusted. So yun yung sa not so healthy side, right? And projection is a core issue for the six. So projecting fears onto the people around them may be a way to avoid owning their own emotions, concerns, and worries. So that's number 6. Number 7 is the enthusiast. So sevens have motivational need to experience life to the fullest and avoid pain. So sevens value a sense of freedom and focus on optimism, being inspired and taking opportunities as they present themselves. So at their best, they are content and serene when they are able to embrace sobriety and become present to themselves and the world around them. So less healthy level, they may experience as impulsive, uncommitted, and unfocused as they are distracted by insatiable search for fulfillment and fear of missing out. So the self-talk is the future is full of exciting possibilities and I must experience it all. I deserve what I want, what's next, diba? Yun yung ano na, kaya enthusiast kasi like, I want to experience everything. So yun yung enthusiast. And the gifts of sevens, they are very optimistic and they want to focus to bring joy, happiness, and pleasure to yung mga energy ball sa team. Yan. And they exude optimism. So they are flexible as well. And they are very adaptable to change. And they are future-oriented. And they have visionary qualities. Next is practical. And they are adventurous because they want to try more things and things that they really have that desire to try new things. and adventurous. But the blind spots are, so they have the tendency to synthesize quickly and learn new information and skills. So they overestimate the extent to which they have truly mastered a knowledge. So they can easily position themselves as instant expert. And the sevens need to be active and engaged, and their highly active body language, communication style, and thoughts may be stimulating to them, but can be distracting and frustrating to others. So, active and quick mind may lead sevens to assume that they know what other people are going to say, and as a result, they may not listen fully. So, have you experienced that? Yung magsasalita ka pa lang may sinabi na yung kausap mo. So, something like. Okay, and the number 8 is the defender. So, eights have motivational needs to be strong and avoid showing vulnerability. So, healthy eights are experienced by a strong, deeply caring, and approachable. So, that is the healthy one. And but on the not so, the less healthy ones, they others will experience them as domineering, aggressive, and ayun, they appear to be like a threat to the world. So the self-talk of number 8, or the defender, is the world is a tough and a just place. Only strong survive. So I am a rock. I must not be weak. I must be in control, and I do it my way. So do you have you met people who yun, it's my way and no other way. Ayan. So yun si defender. But the good points about the defender is they are assertive, they are decisive, they are very protective, independent, and influential. The blind side of it is they're not aware that how intimidating they can be, because they are not aware that they have that strong domineering appearance. And so when people are unable to assert themselves or take control in clumsy ways, so it's usually take charge already. So eights don't conform to rules and hate any attempts at being controlled. At the same time, their tendency to take control assumes that others will comply and conform to them. So this creates tensions in relationships. Okay, and the last one is the peacemaker. So nines are motivated by need to be settled in harmony. So these are people who loves peace and harmonious relationships. Yeah. So healthy at their best. So they experience as self-aware and vibrant, and they offer the gift of right, sustainable action to themselves and the world around them. So less healthy nines may experience as procrastinating, stubborn, and self-denying. So this stems from pattern of going along to get along with others, and the eventual discomfort that arises when this strategy is not satisfying. So because you want to have harmonious relationship, the tendency is to please people. So the self-talk is I am okay as long as the people around me are okay too. The world would be a better place if people could treat each other with respect, and I must keep peace. Yan, yung ano niya. And I must be tolerant and accepting. So hanggang kailan, di ba? And yun yung ano, can't everyone just get along? Yan. So ano yung gifts the nines? So they are agreeable, understanding, patient, supportive, and genuine. So what are the blind spots? So they are not aware that yung passive as aggressive, that they are forming the passive aggressive attitude, and they don't want disliking it when people pressuring them into something. Kasi nga diba, peace lang doon na tayo sa peace mode and harmonious relationship. So many nines are unaware of their own passive aggressive behavior patterns and how this affect others around them, because when they are pressured, they do not respond. Kaya nagkakaroon sa procrastinating na side. Okay, so ano yung let's go down on this. These personality types, or these are the personality types, and this could, like, you might have relate to some. or most, or you have met people who are like this. So as a leader, so how can you help your employees who have different types of personalities, and even you? But first is embrace individual uniqueness. Your employees, your staff are unique, and so are you. So each of you has different core motivations and personality types. And if you will notice from the time that we have described, like for the description of each personality, so the less the not about when you are at your best, and not the less healthy side is when you forget yourself. So that is where it begins. So by knowing yourself, knowing where you are right now and your tendencies, it will really help you to really go back and bounce back when you hit the the rough road. And next is empower, not cripple. Because we have, true kind of help is empowering and not crippling. Understanding the people around us, understanding our staff, also stretches our heart so that we can love them as they are and help them where they are, and help them and give the support that they need from where they are right now. And empowering people and helping people is not crippling them, but empowering them to be the best version of themselves. And don't give up. And so sometimes we already stop because it's difficult. It's difficult to um, deal with that person. But babalik tayo doon. Let's go back to number one. Let's embrace the uniqueness of each person. And let's always remember that as we, that whatever we do in our employees, it is a seed that we sow to them. And as we help them and empower them, it is a seed that can transform and can have ripple effects to other people as well, as we help them and empower them to be the best person that they can be. All right. So I would like to invite you to the first mental health certification program that we will have on December 5, 6, and 12. So please connect with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. So this is the pilot run of this certification. So if you are a practitioner, a certified life coach who wants to focus on mental health, or if you are an advocate and wants to professionalize what you're doing and wants to responsibly help other people responsibly, so join our mental health certification program. And also Master Coach A will have um, a workshop. So it's a 6-week journey to finding your way from understanding your purpose to nurturing the joyful zone. So that's path to self encounter. So please connect with, you can message me or connect with Coach Rizal to know more about the details of this life changing workshop by Master Coach A. Okay, so as we end today's episode, so let me invite you in Pickup. I would like to personally invite you again as we celebrate our fourth year tomorrow. So please join us and celebrate with us. So visit our home here at Pickup Coffee Republic. So we are in front of Bayanihan, inside Pioneer Center Supermarket compound here near in Capitolio, Pasig City. So we are open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. So if you're just working around the area, visit us after your work and have meaningful conversations with us. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. So I'll see you next week, same time, same day, and okay, so thank you so much for everyone. So please connect with me if you have any question. You may message me in my mobile number 0917-586-1661, or to my email, or message me to my Facebook account or my Facebook page, or join my group. So that's Fail Proof Your Business Success for HR professionals and business leaders. All right, so that would be all for today. Thank you again. See you next week, guys. Love, bomb, boom. Thank you.